And sure enough, 10 minutes, I hear someone singing Gafa Ashibanya Bamko.
And then we talked from around 8 up until 4 o'clock.
And I think that day I laughed in a long time, because that's one thing about Mufaro is from the time we meet, he knows how to make me laugh.
Yeah. You know, it's Mufaro and Mufaro.
It's
the happiness wedding. What else can you expect?
Yeah.
To expect them at Yeah.
A beautiful story indeed, a beautiful month. Yes, this is 2025 wedding. This wedding happened on the 3rd of May. So that is that hamburger that mira zvangu kupaika love story because kane moto. This is Mufaro and Mufaro. They had a beautiful wedding. So you had to sit down with this beautiful couple before their wedding. They shared their love story, how they met. You just want to say that I'm from Harare, Matoma. Let me not preempt. Okay, this is Mufaro and Mufaro. They are going to share their love story, their wedding expectations, and as usual, I'm going to leave you watching their wedding highlights. These guys, they had a blast. Yes, this is David the Wedding Whisperer, and this is Vows and Wows.
This is Malcolm, the groom, Malcolm Nangat. So I'm going to take you through my love story. Areas and Rudo, I never thought I was going to find love in that area. So I was working at a company called Farmer Jays down there in Acturas. So that was in 2018. There was a new recruitment which was being done, and there were new people who were involved at the company. So pane vanhu vakauya ndopa pana Mufaro. But firstly, when I saw her, I just noticed that this girl is beautiful, but I had no interest whatsoever because ndaingoti ndakafambira basa ndezvebasa, and love affairs at work were not that being encouraged. So time passed, and now we were to work together. She was procurement. So there was the time when she needed something urgently, and I was the only person who could help her at that moment. I think that's when we started communicating frequently, even after hours. So, but then there are some things which I then noticed on this lady. I do from afar, and I would see that she's got a kind heart, the way she treated the casuals, and the way she treated everyone else. She was not separating these are the people from the offices and these are the casual workers. She was just treating them the same. So it's one thing which then drew me to her. She used to do procurement for the next day for the things which we needed for the canteen. So I used to escort her and help her to do that procurement. So we then started talking, knowing each other. Bit by bit, I think we had a moment of being friends for quite a long time. I think it was about close to 7 months, 8 months, close to that, as friends, and I had not shown interest in her.
Hi everyone, my name is Mufaro, the bride. I'm B2 to my B1. When you watch this, he knows what we're talking about. So, our love story, wow. It's been spanning over 6 years, how we met. Okay, so I think I just finished university and I was out of work. One of my moms, no, you can come and work for me. So where the place of work was like Sagu, it was an abattoir called Churas. So I went there, I was even recovering from heartbreak. So I was like, you know what, let me just go work and move on with my life. I didn't think that that's where I would meet my current husband. So it so happened that the first day that I went, when I introduced myself, everyone said, no, my sister wako. You're going to meet him. I said, but sister wako Aninois. And sure enough, 10 minutes, I hear someone singing, Gafa, Ashibanya Bamko. Ashibanya. And I said to myself, and I said, this guy is loud. I said, I don't know how people live with him. I didn't know that I would be living with this person for the rest of my life. So he introduced himself. I don't think we really spoke much, but there's this day. He claims to not remember it, but I remember it because I'm naturally a shy and introverted person. It so happens that we were working on our reports and we were the only two people left in the office. So he started playing Hillsong. And I was like, someone who listens to music like me. So I tried striking a conversation with him. Does he not ignore me? So from that day I said, you know what, I'm not talking to this guy. And then it happened now on one of the days that I needed something to be done. And so I asked one of my coworkers, I said, the only person I know who can help you at this hour is Malcolm. So remember me, I've got trauma, but I once tried talking to this guy and he ignored me. So I called him and he's like, no, it's okay. I will see how best I can help you. So he ran around, he did what he needed to do. So from then on, we just started talking. And so I used to work in the procurement department. So I used to have to procure things. So sometimes I would have to buy things in Orema. And so one of the days he's like, can I accompany you when you go out and buy? And I said, no, it's not a problem. So we went, and then from then on, that was the first time. The next day, he accompanied me again. And so even when I was at work, I went to Orema, and I was just like, no, this guy's a gentleman. He's a very nice guy. I didn't know that he had this eye on me. But for the longest time, we were genuinely friends. And then I think there was one day, he asked me out on a date. But it didn't seem like a date because he was like, let's go watch your favorite movie, which is Mr. Bean. And so we went, and then that's when he told me about how he felt and everything. And I was surprised because I didn't go into that place thinking like I'll find a husband or anything. So and then I told him that I needed to go think about it and pray about it. And then I came back with an answer, and then that's how we started dating.
This other day when I went to Kadoma, I had a project which I was doing in Kadoma when I was now starting my farming project in Kadoma. I was installing my forerun for the chickens, and then we talked from around 8 up until 4 o'clock. That's when I realized, I actually have a thing for this lady. And then I called my friend, Isaac. We used to call him Obed. Remember that lady I told you about? And now I'm thinking to now start to make some moves. So I'm going, go for it, I'm behind you. And then that's when I told her that I was developing feelings for her. She was surprised because I think I'm going to get some friends on. And then she said, I will need time to think about it. I know it's fine, you have all the time you need. And then I kept on pursuing, and then she then said, I'll give you a chance.
This wasn't when I was in school. This was when he left and he had relocated and he moved to Kadoma. So I think in his part of the story, he will share what happened. I don't want to open his old wounds. But basically, I closed off the relationship. And so it so happened in the time that we had broken up, I had again moved jobs. So the same person where I had gone to work initially was like to me, why don't you come to Kadoma? So I was like, of all the places in the world where I can go and work. And he had just moved there. So I was like, okay. So I said, it's fine, I'll go work, but I won't tell him that I'm in Kadoma. And so I told my friends that, look, this is what is happening. I don't have a choice. I'm out of work. So I just have to go, but I'm not going to tell him that I've gone to Kadoma. And so my best friend was like to me, I know you've got issues, but I think it's just proper for you to let him know that you're in his city. So I told him, I said, just because I'm in your city doesn't mean we're going to talk. I told him that it's nothing, we're not talking anything.
When I relocated, when I left my work at Farmer Gaze, now being full-time farmer in Kadoma, there was now a bit of a long distance. So I don't like to talk about it, but then it's part of, it's an interesting thing when I reflect about it. Because of the long distance, I was tempted to open another branch. And then ndakabva ndabatwa, unfortunately, and then she called it quits. Deep down, I knew that this is the lady I would want to spend my life with. But the challenges which comes with long distance relationship. But I'm not good at cheating. I'm not good at lying. So she easily picked it up. And then I spent 1 year, one full year. I think that was the COVID year. 1 full year trying to find ways how I can get her back. Yeah, it took me 1 full year. And then she said, I'll give you a chance. Fortunately, she then relocated to Kadoma with work, and then it made things easier for me to pursue her again. Yeah. So when she gave me the second chance, I knew that this was my time for me to now talk about cows coming home. And then I started to prepare for the roller. And then I told her, I was proposing October. She was head over heels about it. And then, we started to plan about the roller. Yeah, it all went well. And one thing I'm grateful about is the family. They were so understanding. The process was just smooth. And then now here we are preparing for our wedding.
Okay, so we just want to talk about there's a time when my fellow friend was on probation. So I keep thinking about someone my mom, right? So my mom, at the same time, come to Kadoma. So I'm like, like I said, I wasn't keen on going there because I knew Kuti. I think it was just a few months since we had broken up. And so I was just like, it's fine. I'll come and I'll work in the meantime while I'm waiting. So it so happened that there's this day he called me. Takasangana Bama robots. And so he called me and he's like, please, can I see you? I said, no. Guys, I was heartbroken. So I said, no. And I drove to work. So I think in his head, he thought there's only one person who can help me, which is our mom. So I think by the time he came, I was slowly warming up to talking to him again. So in Mona downstairs, I was like, okay, because no, I'm here to see Mama. I'm like, okay, it's fine. Okay, yeah, you're here to see Mama. Then I get a call from her, and she's like, come to my office. I'm like, okay, fine. So I go to her office. I thought she needed me to do something for her. I'm seeing Malcolm is there. I'm like, okay, what's happening? So I sit down and she asks me, she's like, do you know him? I'm like, yes, I know him. We used to work together. She's like, no, that's not what I mean. And she's like, he told me I can't put that. And that when you take that I paid it off. Because where we used to work, it wasn't a thing for you to date and everything. So I was so upset. I'm like, why would he do this? So she's like to me, you know what? Things happen. She needs to know Anipa. She tried to convince me. I didn't want. I was not interested at all. And so, Takumba, I think she convinced me about one. I said, no, Manongo, these things happen. But if you find someone who is willing to put in the work, be honest and be real, it's something which is worth giving a chance. So the two of them planned a date which did not involve me. And then one Saturday, she's just like to me, I think you need to go see Malcolm at his farm. I'm like, no, I don't need to go see him. He's like, no, I'll give you the car. Just go see what he's doing, Kadoma is a small place. It's lonely. He doesn't have a lot of friends. So you should go and see him. So I went. I didn't want to go and see him. That's the honest truth for God. But I just went. And I think that day I laughed in a long time. Because that's one thing about Malcolm is from the time we met, he knows how to make me laugh. So I laughed and laughed that day. And I went back home and I was like, okay, I think it's worth giving him another chance. And yeah, so it's a lifetime of laughter.
So what I like most about Mufaro is, I think chakanyanya kubata moyo wangu is I saw how she was treating the people around, my casuals, kwataishani. Vanhu vaiva kutongoti maoffice would see people vachingoti casuals but iye aita kavaona, so there was no difference actually. So that heart ndiyakanyanya kundibata, and then when I then got to know her more, I then realized that she's a God-fearing woman. And that being the case, I think 90% of my problems are solved because pane pamwe pokuti anogona akataura zvimwe zvinhu indisandataura kana ndisandapindura anogona kuita quickly, that introspection obva ngoti I'm sorry, what I said is wrong, and then I quickly solve issues. So the God-fearing part, I think, is the most important part for me. Someone I know, she does things out of love. Yeah. And then she's my friend above all. It wasn't easy for us to be where we are because she was an introvert. I didn't open up and but then we went through things. And then now things are smoother. Then we then settle the issue. So our communication is the best because there is nothing so sacred about us. We talk everything and we gossip a lot. So I think that's the most the God-fearing part. The most thing I like about her.
So, what do I like most about Malcolm? There are a lot of things, but I'll say the first thing is that struck me about him was his humility. He's a very humble and genuine person. He's a terrible liar, which is a good thing. I love his honesty. I love that he's very caring. At first I thought that my cash books. I think he's got something, but I would notice that he didn't just do it for me. Like he would refuse for any lady to carry anything heavy as long as he was around. I love that he makes me laugh. Yeah, he's my friend. He's my best friend. He knows me through and through. There are times when then you back to me, are you angry? Say no. He's like, I know you. Like, I know that you're angry. Do you want to talk about it? And so he's been patient throughout the years to really understand me, to really learn me, and to make me a better person. I love that he's someone who loves God, and I love that we get to serve together, we get to grow together. And I can't wait for us to start the rest of our life with my best friend. Okay, so wedding trips. I think we've heard a lot of people say wedding trips are hard. It's a tough time for you as a couple. You're going to fight. There are a lot of disagreements. But to be honest, I don't think we've had like a lot of fights. If anything, I enjoyed the wedding process, like planning with him. I think it's brought us closer, being able to do stuff together, being able to plan together, being able to negotiate. I don't know how it's been for you.
Yeah, I think what has helped us is our foundation for communication.
Yeah.
Because we always communicate things. We table things, we communicate, we find a resolution together. So I think that has helped us for the preparations. Pakazongoita kakushekana mbijana panyaya yeguest list. You come from a small family.
I come from a very big family.
And his father loves people.
I think you fill the stadium.
Yeah, I think for guest list,
because we started it, so it's 200.
Yeah, 100, 200, but 200 Saka takazotowedzera 100.
Yeah.
Saka
So yeah, I think that's been the biggest part, and then expectations.
Yeah.
Kosolo on the dance floor.
My mom. Yeah, I know she will be very, very, very happy. Everybody goes, mwanangu, mwanangu, mwanangu. Shaona kajazi kanjabura. I don't know will she be in a position to throw that dance, but well, people are just generally happy. Families are happy. They are quite supportive. Yeah, and they're waiting for the big day.
Yeah.
You know, it's Mufaro and Mufaro.
It's
It's the happiness wedding. What else can you expect?
Yeah.
To expect them at Yeah.
So yeah, we are expecting a lot of laughter, just for people to have a good time.
Yeah.
Like you said, we are Mufaro, so it's the happiness wedding because we are celebrating our love story, celebrating our families, and just celebrating the beginning of a new chapter. So yeah, tinoda kuti vanhu vatambe, isusu tinoda zvemafaro.
Yeah. It has been a long journey, so yeah, worth celebrating.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
No doubt, guys. This couple in a couple of connection. So you know, I love even the way the bride laughs, even the face, all. But that is what the Mufuri spirit. As master change, but this is nice. This is nice. So what I want you to watch now is their key moments of their big day. Yes, before I give you the full trailer, I'm going to talk about the key moments. So for now, check the way yakapinda Groom in particular. Check the Groom entrance. It was a blast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. The wedding showdown of 2025. Introducing first, weighing in 1,000 pounds of love, 400 pounds of affection, and the photograph. The future husband out of Westview, Kadoma, dressed in a custom imported silk slack, white thread fitted suit, all the way from China. Ladies and gentlemen, the man of the hour, the man of the day. The noise for the one, the only.
I like even the energy and get saying. Before I give you the highlights again, just check this first clip before I give you the main highlights. Achimungoda the energy rakari muden makuseni kuba kwamakona. Brides, please chora book notes, write this down. This must be egg. And my goals. Check this bride or team, how they enjoy the energy level. Watch. I'm going to leave you to watching this.
And then go on your back, go on your knees, baby, shake it to the max. The DJ please turn up the bass to the max. Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. Don't got to fear, number one in command. I came just to kill me, ain't too militant. They won't figure eight, but I don't need a man. So they love how me whine, I'm a true religion. You dealing with the body, of course, or you dealing with the boss.
Yes, you know, guys, I can go on and on, but this wedding was a blast. This wedding was fire. If you want me to have another interview with Mufaro and Mufaro, vachitiudza about mchato wavo kwazotena, say please leave a comment. Leave a comment below. Tell me if you like this. Subscribe on this channel. for more love stories. But for now, I'm going to leave you watching the wedding trailer. Yes, the wedding highlights of Mufaro and Faro, a wedding that happened in 2025, the 3rd of May. Yes, I'm out, and this is David the Wedding Whisperer. Of course, Vows and Wows is the channel.
Hello, my friend, we meet again. It's been a while, where should we begin? Feels like forever. Within my heart are memories of perfect love that you gave to me. Oh, I remember when you are with me, I'm free, I'm careless, I believe. Above all the others, we'll fly. This brings tears to my eyes, my sacrifice. We've seen our share of ups and downs. Oh, how quickly life can turn around in an instant. It feels so good to reunite within yourself and within your mind. Let's find peace